In family law cases, sometimes people come to me with the question that looks kind of like this. Look, I've done the calculation, I already know I'm going to have to pay some child support, but the other party on this case said, if I can have the home that we've been living in while we were married, I won't make you pay any child support. Or sometimes, and quite frequently, what it looks like is a party will come and say, look, I've done some things in the past that I shouldn't have done. I'm worried that I might not get joint physical custody anyway. So the other party on this case said, if I just agree to let them have primary physical custody, they won't make me pay any child support on this case. So the question is, can you do this? And the answer is no, you cannot. Section 78B-12-201 of the Utah Code says, look, you can agree on the amount of child support that you're going to pay in your own case, but it has to be equal to or greater than the amount of child support that you would otherwise have to pay under the guidelines. So what that means is once you go on, for example, to the Office of Recovery Services website and you use their child support calculator and you've taken account for the type of physical custody that's going to be awarded in your case, the income of both of the parties and so forth, and you've come up with an amount of child support that you're going to have to pay based on those factors, you can't agree to an amount of child support less than what that amount is. Now the reason for that is because the state of Utah, when they've enacted these laws, they don't want child support to be a bargaining chip for things that the parents of the children want. They don't want the parents to be able to say, look, I really want the home, so let me agree to lower the amount of child support that my children are going to receive so that I can get the home. The state of Utah is interested in children actually receiving the amount of child support that's needed to financially support them. So logically, the next question is, what can I do then to lower the amount of child support that I'm going to have to pay? There are a couple of things that you can do. One of the things that you can do is agree on the type of physical custody that's going to be awarded. If primary physical custody is going to be awarded to one party, the other party is going to have to pay quite a bit more in child support than if joint physical custody is awarded. Now remember that just because joint physical custody is awarded doesn't mean that the children are going to be spending half of their overnights with mom and half of their overnights with dad. It could mean that they spend quite a few more overnights with one parent and much fewer overnights with the other parent. So you can work together in determining the number of overnights that the children are going to be spending with either of the parents. And as you shift the amount of overnights back and forth between the parents, it's going to either increase or decrease the amount of child support owed. Another thing you can do to reduce child support is agree on the income of the parties. So for example, sometimes one parent might have overtime pay, or they might have an extra part-time job, and a lot of the times the court isn't taking into account that income coming from that part-time job or coming from overtime pay when they're calculating child support. Now the parents can agree to say, okay, in our calculation of child support, we're going to include the overtime pay or this extra part-time job or any other extra income that this other parent is receiving. Now the crucial thing to understand here is that if you're trying to reduce the amount of child support that you're going to have to pay, you can't just arbitrarily reduce that amount because both of the parents agree to it. You have to have factors supporting a reduction in the amount of child support that you're going to have to pay. If you have any other questions regarding your family law case or child support, please visit our website at www.redlawutah.com. There's lots of free information there. Or give us a call and we're happy to answer questions.